Hello guys, how are you doing? Good to see you today. Yeah, so my city has changed a bit from I think the last recording I did because I did stream it a couple of times. I was before the COVID set in and knocked me flat one more time because that's what it does. Man, I've had that twice in the last 3 months. Thank goodness for vaccinations because the first time I had it was just like right after the vac. So that one actually wasn't too bad. This one was a little bit harder. So, oh well. I'm here. I'm good. What is that? A traffic accident. Oh well, shit happens. Anyhow, so here's my little island. Now I'm planning on moving the city into that part of the map as well at some point. But here, let's just go from end to end and I'll give you a tour. A couple of things have happened that were quite actually, man, a little bit annoying. The game is not balanced really well yet. There are some issues that crop up, and they tend to crop up in batches where it's like everything's going fine. Everything's looking good. You're not adding any new people, you're not adding any new neighborhoods, and things seem to be going along okay. And then you look up all of a sudden, I'll be down at like ground level planting trees or something to make a neighborhood look a little better. And I will look up, and the entire map was covered at one point in sewage issues. And I mean, they were bad. They were really bad. It took me about an hour and a half of game time to get it to work again, to get it, cleared up. It was a big old mess. It really devastated my population, and it was a problem. And then what I found out is I ended up having, by the time it got fixed and balanced and cleared up, I was so way over any requirements for sewage that this city needed, and of course you have to pay for all that stuff. So then I ended up getting rid of like half of it, and then a while later I was streaming again, and all of a sudden we had a trash issue. Now I had been just paying other cities to come in and pick up the trash, but I think at some point it probably, and this is just a guess, I really don't know, it probably just became a case of, there's too many roads and too much traffic, and they just couldn't get where they needed to be quickly enough. At least that's what I was assuming. So I put in, I didn't want a landfill. I still don't have a landfill. I'm going to attempt to make one with, finish the city without a landfill. But I did put in a lot of recycling places, and then I just kept putting in more and more and more, like right across, like the whole map. I had so many. Once I got it sorted out, but then they fill up, right? The recycling areas fill up. So then what you have to do is you put in one of these incinerators to, and they'll move the recycling extras to the incinerator and blah, blah, blah. And I had them all over the place. Again, it was really pretty horrendous. And it took about an hour of gameplay for it to clear up again. And then I had too much. There was just like so many extra I got to get rid of. Like this area was just full of landfills and incinerators and stuff. Like it was just everywhere. So, and I had some more over here. This area was all incinerators, and it was pretty grim. So I ended up getting rid of all of it because then I didn't need it anymore. I had so much extra. It was crazy. So if we check now, garbage management, I mean, look, that's what we actually are dealing with. And this is what I'm able to process. I mean, it's insane. And this is after deleting half of what I put in to fix the problem. But it just couldn't seem to catch up. And like I said, I'm talking like an hour or two of playing time. This is stuff that went on for a good while. And where's the land pollution? Where's the value, building, population, happiness? Where's the air pollution? Ground? Yeah, see, that's from my the garbage and the incinerators and all that stuff. It was blech. Yeah, it wasn't good. Anyway, so that happened with what? It happened with sewage, and then later it happened with garbage, and then later it happened with electricity. And the thing is with the electricity is because they now have, well, you know what? We'll just have a wee looky. Well, you can see we've got these lines, and the electric lines don't necessarily. Now I guess see what we're seeing, aren't we? Okay, come on, go back. So I don't want that. Make it littler so I can point. There we go. So you can see like this one isn't actually even being used at this point, and the electricity is going through that. And when they get busy enough, they fill up. Like you get like a bottleneck of electricity. So I ended up having to, and that was just my own, you know, not paying attention. No. And I didn't have enough these things, transformer stations, you know, around the map because I don't like the way they look. It's like, yuck, I don't like them. But you need them. You need them in different places because you do get this bottleneck of electricity. And I was buying electricity at the time, and that was working out really well. But I still needed the transformers everywhere to make sure that it got distributed evenly. Because certain lines will get quite busy, so you need a transformer. And you know, I think I've got some out here in the country somewhere. Maybe I don't where to. Yeah, so I got one over here. Actually, I don't think this one's hardly. Oh no, it's being used now. That's good. Okay, so it is being used now. But you know, you just have to put them everywhere. And there is one here that no, nothing else. But anyway, you can see how that's working. So I've run into 3 big boo-boos while either streaming or, you know, right after a stream, and all of a sudden it just falls apart and it's like, I can't quit like this. I have to fix it. Oh my God. So anyway, it's been interesting. So, it really does feel like it's sort of a balance thing with the game. And I know they're continuing to work on it. They've updated, you know, they're updating pretty regular. They are aware, they are talking to the community and stuff like that. So I'm not too concerned. It hasn't been game breaking. Let's put it that way. It's like, yes, we have to, you know, pay attention to something and spend a lot of money, but money is really not that hard to make in this game at this point. You know, I build slowly enough because I'm always planting trees or trying to make something pretty that the money just comes in. I keep pausing this game by accident. Now, one thing with the money too, there will be times when down here that little arrow is red and it says you're losing money. Don't worry too much about it for a while, because I have found that, again, that seems to be something that's just a blip in the game that hasn't been sorted yet, because I have been losing money for an entire length of time where I went from 300 million to, you know, 425 million. So you know, whatever. Losing money, it's like, yeah, sure, who cares? Not a problem. I mean, it might be, I suppose, but if you build slow enough, things, you know, build up. So I've started working on the tourism area. We've got, you know, we've got what I keep thinking it's the CN Tower here. It's that sort of thing for me. And we've got another tower here. We've got a statue. There was some special building. Oh, this one is a special thing. That's a special building. We've got this in, we've got this in, we've got a nice art gallery here. That's a school, a technical university. We've got medical, oh, that's a high school. Okay, there's medical, oh, the medical stuff is all over here. I got a whole bunch of these going, you know, different disease control center. This thing, man, I had no idea this is going to be so big. Okay, so see, I wanted this whole science thing over on this little island. I had no idea how big that was going to be. So I put a park in here for viewing, right? When there's going to be a liftoff, you know, you can get the people come and hang out over here. I need to put in a parking lot. I think I do. I mean, it's not ever going to actually be used, but it will make me feel good that people will be able to come and I, you know what? It's not a big I don't know how many people we'd ever have showing. Put a parking one there? I can. This one never shows unless you get rid of it. I can't really tell how big it is. See, that would fit right there, wouldn't it? I mean, that'd be okay. What just happened to my game? Okay, it's okay on the stream. I can see in the recording. It just disappeared on me, on my computer just closed it down. That probably means Windows is doing something. So, okay, so you know, people can come in and park there and walk across to the park and watch the next liftoff. And some of these little special things that you can open or get, I've put in here because it seemed cool. What is that? It's Firehouse. That seems good. And that just looks cool there, right? It's a wastewater treatment, but with that on it, I thought it looked pretty neat. I liked it. Got another transformer there. That's cool. And then we just put some random bits down here. And you know what? Let's have a wee looky. Oh, see, I've still got so many of these things. Oh, I've got a long way to go. Whoa, look at all of it. Oh my God. Ground earth. Oh, we're just like making dust. Wow, that's cool. Paper factory. Oh man, I lived in a paper town. I don't know what that smells like. Oh, I still got lots of fun. So I'm kind of leaving some space here in case there's, you know, some particular, you know, cool bit that I want to be able to add later. Ooh, geothermal, that sounds like. What I ended up putting in over here on this island, this is like prisoner island, so they get all the good stuff. We've got incinerators over here. We've got our, I put in a nuclear power plant. So now I'm making pots of money selling energy, because that's kind of nice. And then these are there. And then the poor prisoners just live in between. And what are these things? Wastewater treatment plants. More of them. Okay. Wow, they're just right there in the middle of a heavenly little place, aren't they? You know, if I'd done anything nice, what have I got? I got that in, already built. Increases the prisoner's well-being and prepares them for life. I put in a library and recreation center. See, I'm trying. You know, we gotta, and that's just for more money or more people. And that won't go there because it's full. So I'll give them a library, but if things go wrong here at the plant, we won't have to worry about escaped prisoners terrorizing the population. Oh my God. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit bad about that, but yeah, switch con, woo! There we go. Or switch on. Well, I like switch con better. It sounds more fun. You know, being right there next to the prison too, right? Anyway, oh my goodness. So this is my big industrial blip over here, and it makes me nuts that the map actually quits right there. I can't buy that piece. This is it, folks. End of the map. It's like, but why? Oh my goodness. Oh well, it happened. So I still have space here, and you know what? I don't. What are we gonna do with it? Actually, the tourism area needs tidying, I suppose. I've plopped in a lot of things, but I haven't made it very pretty. We need to add more parks. We need some commercial bits of some. There's an elementary school. Man, wouldn't it be fun to go to school here? You could just like pop over to the art museum after school, or go ride the Ferris wheel, or you know, it'd be cool. What is that? Principal. Okay, modern office building. Ooh, not only to make sure justice is served, but their efficiency actually helps to reduce other crime. Oh, I like it. So +1 office efficiency. Some of these special buildings are amazing. The bonuses they give to your whole map are beautiful. Look at that. Interest in university education, university graduation, well-being, crime rate goes down. We got basically what's, you know, the CIA over here, or CIB. That puts the crime rate 8% down citywide. That's amazing. And yes, it's got a big upkeep, but I had the money, so like, who cares, right? I guess it's not all that needed because I don't think my crime rate's doing much. I'll be honest. I think it's pretty good. We got police. Okay, what's available? Oh, look. Look. There's nobody in the jails because they're all in the prison. So there's a thing. But the next 400 could go into there. We've only got 89 people at 500. We've got lots and lots of room for one time. Look at this, 1%. I mean, I think that's as low. I don't think it goes to 0. So awesome sauce, right? This is pretty good. I don't know what fire's like. Fire is, I'm not really keen on that being average likelihood of a building. I'd like to see that right down at the end. So why don't we just look at that, shall we? I think we shall. And you know, there are other things. Okay, this is 10 engines. This is 4. Can be upgraded with an extended. I mean, oh, a helicopter. I think I have one of these. I think I got one of these already. Did I have one of these already? This helicopter. Sure I do. Right there. I think that's. That is what. Yeah. Thicky. I know it's just a fire station. Really? I thought I put one of these in because I've seen helicopters mucking around. Is that just this? Okay, so helicopter fire. I know I have, unless I moved it or deleted it. Or, oh, right there. There we go. We do have, which is kind of cool, really. You know, we got 5 helicopters. They can take, they just fly over. You know, I like, you know, let's put in s'mores. We will do s'mores. And there's not, you know what, let's put something down here. And this whole area down here needs stuff. And you know, with the helicopter, they can travel pretty quick. We're gonna tuck one in. We're gonna not there because that road's in the way. If I take that road out, we got this. I like it. This is good. We'll just pop that little bit right there. Overlapping. Why is it saying overlapping? What? Is it? It's going to knock those two out just because it's there. I don't want to do that. How about over here? No, because the water is, how about right here? It's in water. Well, heck darn. Where am I going to put this thing? I want it down here somewhere, but I don't want it. I mean, I guess like, oh, look at this. We have all this space. Because there were words, incineration plants here that are no longer required. Superfluous to requirements. And I mean, I could still put a road back through here. I could connect something like there and over to there for buildings or whatever. But I think that's going to help a wee bit. Still feels like it needs, I mean, that's covered really well. You know what? We just need a regular, flat out, whole little fire station, don't we? Is there a place I can pop one in right there? Good indeed. Okay, well, we got a hole. Let's fill that sucker. Now, can I put anything? Is that going to be, yes, more room, more better. So that's going to help a bit. Still not as green and shiny as it could be. So, I kind of want to run. This is extended garage. Does this have a bigger area? Training, disaster response unit, and a helipad. Wow, that's a beautiful thing, really, though, isn't it? That is pretty cool. If we put a road back here, I mean, there's two side by side. That feels like, you know, will that go into this area? I don't know. Because, no, it's not going to. Anything I put in here is going to rip these two out, and that's just irritating. I mean, it's not a big deal. They'll roll back, but it feels rude. Just feels rude. What can I say? How about, there's got to be a place. There's going to be a place where this will fit. I know this too. I mean, I could just do that. This is kind of a weird road anyway. I mean, I wanted to, I can put one, but there's something there. It needs to be over here, doesn't it? What can we do? I mean, if I took out that little road in the center right there, let's take out Lilac Street, that little blip, which doesn't seem like it's being used for anyway. We can pop that into here, and that is not taking up any room, but I can put expansions on it. I don't know how much room they're going to take. We do have an extra little nubbin right there. What can we do to make this bigger? The helipad goes on top. I like it. What is this going to do? Rescue services for collapsed buildings. Yeah, you can have, oh, and it just fits into that nice little corner back there. Oh, perfection. What do these do? That's added on, even better. That's added on. I don't even know what I'm doing. It's just like, yeah, more higher engines, more good. On-site training. Oh, lovely. And this can just get tucked into that little back hole that isn't getting used for anything else. Okay, that must have helped, right? Yes, things are definitely, look at all the green now. And it's good green, happy green, perfect green. Just occurred to me, I do have that one little one over here. Does that need any sort of upgrade or fire? Sure, what the heck. I'm figuring, you know, if there's a fire in this situation, we're going to need all the fire engines anyway, right? Absolutely. All the things. So if you didn't see my recording there yesterday, I am sorry that I haven't been around again. I had started the recording. I'm feeling pretty good. And, you know, until COVID, it's like, oh, I feel so great. So now I'm going to be sick for 2 weeks and barely able to get out of bed. That's wonderful when that happens. Anyway, I was, you know, started working on this, but I was also flying back to Canada because I had to come back to for a lot of cancer checkups. I've got another chemo round coming up. You know, there's different things that I had to be here for, and Air Canada canceled my flight, so that went well. So I spent a couple of days online desperately trying to find a flight back, and you know, it's a 7-hour flight from Scotland to Toronto, and I ended up taking 49 hours between the time I left my flat in Scotland and got to my home in Ontario because of, you know, last minute flights. You don't often have a lot of choices. And unless you know, unless you got $15,000 to spend, and kind of I don't, right? So, yuck. I ended up having to rent 2 hotels. It was just a freaking nightmare. Garbage piling up. Okay, I don't even want to hear. Well, that's just the one. It'll get sorted, right? Because our garbage is fine. Where's the garbage? Yeah, it'll be. It's just the one. So yeah, that was it sucked. And then I got COVID on the trip back, so it was just like 3 days where I didn't get to stream it all or record it all because I was on the phone calling airlines, calling Air Canada, trying to get things ready. And then it's like, oh my goodness, I have to pack. So it was 3-4 days of just insanity. It was, you know, you're just on the phone the whole time, do anything else. And then flying back took over 2 days, and then I got sick. So yeah. And then I've had, when I started feeling better a few days ago, or a week, I don't know, a while ago, but I've had so many medical appointments. And of course I got back and had COVID, so I had to change some that I had come back. So everything got, you know, packed into a very short period of space there this last week. I've spent a lot of time at the cancer. But anyway, this is, it's working. I mean, it's slow, but it's working. What happened is I had a poop outlet here, and it wasn't the graphic, you know, this brown blech wasn't going away, and it was out a bit further before, because this used to be sitting over here somewhere. So it's going down. So I moved it back into that corner so it could clear all this up better. But what I've done is disconnected this little area of industry from the rest of the grid, and you just do that by putting in a piece of highway. So not a problem. The highway doesn't have the pipes under it, so you put in a piece of highway, it disconnects it. And I ran pipes manually because industry will in fact run just fine on dirty water. It's not a problem. So excuse me. So now I just noticed a problem I'll get to in a minute. But I'm just using, you know, we're sucking that dirty water out, and it is slowly, and it is very slowly. This is going to be an exercise in patience, but it is clearing up the poo area. I mean, it's only this one little neighborhood. So, I mean, the whole city was, you know, dumping into that for a while. So it's taking a bit to clear this up, but it'll get. Now, one thing I just noticed is this particular business here, Bev Pop, is making beverages with vegetable. I guess they're doing like a V8 juice or tomato juice or something with dirty water. So that's wonderful. That's really good. I'm so happy about this plan. Anyway, this is the state of my city. I wanted to talk to you about some of the glitches and things that you might run into. Like it's not balanced as well as it's going to be. I have complete faith in Paradox and Colossal Order. I know a lot of people that work at both of them. I met the lady that runs Colossal Order on several occasions, and they're good people, and I know they're concerned about making this game as great as it can be, and I know it's going to be. So if you do run into one of these great big sort of you know, explosion in a problem where it's just a, you know, it's just a pandemic of one issue or another, it you know, it's going to take some attention, and you're going to have to put down a lot of resources to clear it up, but it will clear up, and then you can sell those resources, and then the game is fine again. So I'm sure, and maybe by the time, you know, you hear this and you build up to a place that's, you know, got 100,000 people in it or whatever, it won't matter anyway. Maybe it'll just be fine because they'll have fixed it by then. But just keep it in mind that some things can happen, but they're not game breaking. They're just going to take your attention for a few minutes. And quite frankly, in a city builder like this, that can happen anyway. That can happen anyway. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I am, and I'm back, and I'm just going to record another one here real quick for tomorrow too. I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for being in my life and being so kind and wonderful. Please click like if you didn't hate it, so you could just totally go ahead and do that, and and follow if you didn't. And if you want to see me playing live, talking to you about decisions, about naming areas or doing some, fun things, what would you like to see built? Drop over to Twitch because I do stream this live as well. I will be doing that tonight, actually. So at 4 o'clock, about an hour after you read, you get to see this one. So drop in. I'm there on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Take care, everybody.